Today I'm going to talk to you guys about one of India's premier sport and the reason for its rise in popularity in the 20th century. I'm talking about the sport of badminton, featuring Prakash Padukone. Now, Prakash Padukone was one of the earliest cult figures in the sport of badminton in India and one of the main reasons that the sport gained such a huge amount of popularity in the country. The story of this success starts way back in 1973 when an 18-year-old Prakash Padukone travelled all the way to England to take part in the All England Open. Now, this is not a story where a young teenager will go on to win this big tournament and create history. This is not a story like that. So, spoiler alert, Prakash Padukone does not in fact win the tournament in 1973. In fact, he gets knocked out at the quarterfinal stage. Then again in 1978 and 1979, he again gets knocked out at the quarterfinal stage, and then he says to himself that there needs to be a conscious change in my game for me to move to the next level. And that's exactly what he did. You know how professional athletes pick and choose the tournaments that they take part in because they want to stay fresh for the bigger tournaments that come? Prakash decided to do away with that logic. He said, boss, I'm going to take part in each and every tournament that I can get my hands on, because every tournament will teach me something that I can take to the bigger tournaments. So when he arrived at the 1980 All England Open, he was a completely different player. And everyone saw that from the outset. And he brushed past all of his opponents to reach the final in grand manner. It was very easy for him at that point. When he reached the finals, he was going to play against Liam Swee King. Sorry, I had to look at it because it's a slightly complex name. But this man was the reigning All England champion and had won the tournament for the past 2 years and was also considered one of the best of that era. Everyone had touted him to complete his hat trick with ease. Any guesses what happens next? Prakash Padukone swept the floor with this man, and he went on to win the game in straight sets. I mean, a scoreline of 15-3 and 15-10 just announced Prakash Padukone's arrival at the global stage. He became the first Indian to win the All England Open, a feat which has only been achieved only once again in 2001 by Pulela Gopichand. Now, all of this is to say that at that time, even he did not realize what his achievement would do for a country like India, what it would do for a sport like badminton in India. Today, there are a lot of shuttlers who have taken up to this sport professionally, play at the highest level, and they win a number of tournaments in every year. But I just hope that when a new person starts to take up the sport of badminton, he or she realizes how the efforts of one man changed the way a sport is looked at in an entire country.